What do you think of when you see Native Americans? Do you know most of us live in cities? Would you even recognize us? Do you know more than half of us drop out of school? Why is that? What do you really know about us? My name is Nagijik Turney. My dad's homeless and my mom's an alcoholic. I dropped out of school when I was 17.
You want what? Your yogurt?
Yeah.
Well, hurry up and eat. We gotta go. Where's your purple jacket, though? I couldn't really read until the summer between 3rd and 4th grade and was in all learning disabled classes and was the dumb kid in the room. And then I had a teacher, her name was Shane Lilas, who spent the summer with me helping me to read better. And then my school trajectory changed. And yet I had become the honor roll student. I got into an Ivy League college. I think that the reason that the dropout rate is as high as it is fundamentally because schools fail to present learning in ways that are relevant to Native youth's lives. For me, the real crisis with Native kids is that if we continue to have schooling that teaches our youth that they are less than or forces our kids to try to be raised by other people's value systems, the deep struggles that are always at play will continue to be at play for Native communities.
My cousin McConnell's.
When I applied for a scholarship, I just got it. They just gave me $1,000 check right now.
$1,000?
Yeah.
It's finally a smart Native American, huh?
I didn't think I got it. Like, I was just like, oh, it's whatever, you know. Like, I still was gonna get money for my reservation for college. And then he just came in with the mail, and then he's like, here, and I open it, and I see the check for $1,000, and I was like, whoa, what's going on?
Hold on.
Zoom in.
Zoom in.
Yeah, just check. Check for $1,000. I hated history class. Like when we had to learn about the AIM, about the American Indian movement, there was only like a half a paragraph in the book about it. It's like, come on, that's it? I know there's a lot more than that. We had to learn about the Trail of Tears. I was the only one that knew about that in my class. No one else heard about that.
Now there isn't anything in this community for 18 to 25. And the trouble is that even kids who are successful at school and they graduate from high school, you know, we then assume that the model is for them to jump into college and then they'll have it figured out. And even that isn't true. You know, I mean, even for myself, I graduated from college, did great, and then was like, now what? How is it that I lead a meaningful life, or do I just participate in brain drain from community?
I'm pretty happy for Kindness, you know. Happy he got a scholarship, he's going to school. I mean, he had all his family around him, so he had like my Uncle Lawrence helping him out and pushing him. He had his mom pushes him. She's a pretty smart lady too. He had a lot of help, you know. That's why I wanted to be down here, because I know there's people to push me. And where I'm from, I mean, it's just whatever. You know, you get what you get. So that's pretty much how I was raised. And that's why I'm trying to get out there now. get everything done, school and all that. I really wish I didn't drop out though, because I would have made it, I think. I grew up in like a drug and pretty much alcohol and like environment. There wasn't really that much supervision around, so I pretty much roamed the streets when I was like 10. I was watching my brothers and sisters when I was like 10. Everything pretty much happened when I was like 10, so I had to grow up pretty fast. And I was trying to go to school, but it didn't really work out. I was pretty young, and I got like involved with a lot of, I guess you could say, gang activities and stuff like that.
One of the things that people think is that kids drop out because they don't care. Right, like sort of dropout and delinquency are almost interchanged in people's minds, even if they don't realize it. And the trouble is that after teaching GED for a really long time to Native kids, it's just not the case. There are lots of people that drop out not because they don't want to learn, not because they don't want to have a good life, not because they've necessarily, there may be some things, but all youth get into trouble. It's just that oftentimes the stakes are higher.
Like when I was younger, I was like, I want to do this before I'm this age, I want to do this before that. Like that just pretty much stopped after I hit like adulthood. I'm just like...
Someone stole your dream, huh?
So yeah, now I'm just like, I'm trying to like reinvent myself a little bit. You know, kind of like, I already done the bad thing, I already done that road, and like, I already been down there. I don't want to be down that road anymore. It's too dark, can't see nothing. Kind of want to take another path, you know.
Change is a good thing. The word uncomfortable is the most beautiful word out there. Cause I don't know why people make this word uncomfortable such a bad word. Cause I'm uncomfortable all the time. You know why? Cause I put myself out of my comfort zone. Cause remember how your mind's like a little rubber band? And if you stretch it, it never goes back to its original form. It's a little bigger. You keep stretching it and it gets a little bigger. Stretch it, stretch it, stretch it. Pretty soon it's like a little rope, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of how your comfort zone is. And like us as Native people, oh, dude, it pisses me off because they keep looking backwards. They're not moving forward. Like, I don't want to put bogeys to put my people down there like that. They have a track record of losing. So, because we have a track record of losing, we have a mentality of losing, we have this history of losing, and it's taught to us constantly, what do you think we're going to do? Oh, I'm going to go out there and win today. Now I'm going to go to the corner store and pick up 12-pack. Bottle, Jim, Jack, you know what I'm saying? Kick back, watch some Avatar, and I'm going to live victoriously through that. Not shit about my life. Pisses me off, bro.
That's the only thing I had trouble with. My math and, for some reason, my essays.
Did you do homework every day?
Not really.
Did you make a priority to sit down and study? Your habits are going to freaking determine the rest of your life. What you do on a daily basis is going to determine where you're going to be. The rest of your day starts now. Like the rest of your life. You can make decisions today to get you closer to your dreams, your goals.
So what does it take for someone like Gijik to get on his feet? I don't know, but if I knew the answer to that, I'd be a really important person. I mean, I think that I have ideas about that. I think deeply in one of the strategies is that he has to not want to live that life anymore. And then he needs the help to relearn how to live and how to live in a healthier way. Living healthier, unfortunately, becomes something of a privilege if you're living in extreme poverty. And so the relationship between him needing to have enough support financially to be able to be okay is a thing. And so, you know, we decided that I'll make sure he has a roof over his head, and I'll make sure he's fed, and I'll make sure he's loved and has a family support. for Lawrence and I, it's always this struggle of figuring out what the balance is between enabling him to sort of stay where he's at because he's okay, and supporting him. And there is a very fine line between enabling and supporting. And some days we get it right and other days we don't. You may decide that you're willing to have a job and that's it, right? The question then is that if you want to keep thinking about work that is more than a paycheck, what are you gonna do? And I mean, you're going to get your GD because I don't think you've given up on that either.
'Cause that's all I need is just that essay and the math part, most of the math part. But once I get that down, then everything is good, and I'm done with everything.
You just got to be the one to take the initiative to say, all right, I need this help with math now. Megan, will you help me? Orangey, will you help me tonight?
Because like, you guys haven't been pushing me though, and I've been making all this on my own though.
I know. I mean, one strategy has been to get you physically and emotionally stable, right? Like to stop your spins and kind of your rage and kind of your drug and alcohol consumption. I think the healthier you are, the easier school will get for you.
I've been preparing for a GED for about 8 months now, but I'm just not ready for it, and I still haven't found a job yet.
Failure is just a byproduct of success. Like you gotta fail, then you succeed. You know what I mean? But the road's point of view, if you fail, you go backwards. If you succeed, you go forward. When really that's wrong. Like any successful person knows, you gotta fail. You get a little bit ahead, fail. You learn from your mistakes, and you eventually succeed.
When people make the accusation of anybody of color that it's just because you're lazy, it's usually because people don't want to take seriously the way that sort of structural racism is still deeply at play in the United States, and that not everybody has the equal opportunities. It is not the case that you can build whatever you want, and that there is like this abstract American dream that everyone has the same rights or access to. And, you know, I mean, the pull yourself up from the bootstraps. Well, first of all, you're making an assumption that there were ever boots there. And second of all, you're making a bunch of assumptions that there aren't people actively trying to make sure you don't. When Gijik decides school is right for him, when he's settled and balanced about that, he'll be fine, and I have no doubt about that. It's getting him to that point where he feels like, okay, I'm ready for that. There is no right time. There's no one set right time anyway. There's what's supposed to happen when it's supposed to happen, and when people are ready for those things to happen. Now, that doesn't mean I don't think that people should just sit around and wait for things. I think it's, you know, I think he needs to keep working at it, and I think that that's a discipline.
I've been volunteering at the center. It helps me stay focused and, you know, keep busy.
We've talked about Sherman Alexie before, right? So this is his book of poetry called The Business of Fancy Dancing. And this poem's titled House Fires. The night my father broke the furniture and used the pieces to build a fire, my mother tore me from my bed at 3 a.m. Eyes and mouth wide with whiskey, she told me we were leaving that place and would never come back. We drove for hours under the gates of this reservation, and as she recanted years of life with my father, the man who pulled our house from its foundations and sent us tumbling down.
I've always wanted to be around my dad ever since I was little. Since the first time he left, I tried to run after him, and kind of pushed me away and pushed me back. So I stayed, and like the next time he left, like I actually had all my stuff packed, like in a little school bag or whatever. I had like a bunch of toys and like a pair of shoes. And like I was like ready, like I had my stuff by the door because I heard them fighting. So and then he came out of the room and just you know, kind of shoved me all hard back in the house. And I just kind of looked at him like, you're just gonna leave me? And so I started like, I guess, holding a grudge against him. Like I didn't really care, and he like pretty much smacked me up a lot too. It was pretty mean.
Don't go too far. But write something.
Does everybody have a pen?
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody's set.
Like me, if I had a strong role model, I'm pretty sure I'd be in college right now. If my dad didn't act like a little ass and just run away all the time and actually stuck it through, he would be a good dad. He was a good dad, and that's why I don't know what happened. Like everything just changed.
A lot of Native families, they have substance abuse, alcohol abuse, they have, you know, domestic, emotional abuse, mental health abuse. Like, a lot of kids live in really rough neighborhoods, or a lot, like, and I guess the big thing is not to, like, I guess school isn't really promoted, you know, it's not really like, you know, a lot of people say go to college, do your thing, and like succeed, and you get to have a good life. But when you live in a rough neighborhood, you know, like, if you're hungry and you're hurting and you're in pain and you're going to a place that requires you to have skills and you have very minimal skills, and you're expected to succeed and you're expected to demonstrate these skills, and you don't have a way to like practice these skills, or you don't have the support, like I said, just to make it, you're basically getting sent to fail.
I'm scared to like register and stuff because like I don't think I'm ready, and I don't want to pressure myself and do it and then fail all bad, and I'm like, damn man, bull crap. I don't know. I know I'm gonna do it though. I need to do it this month. I can't keep pushing it away. I go on the internet and just fill out applications after application, but I don't qualify what they want. Like I'm a dropout, you know. I don't have any good qualifications like that. I didn't finish school. I don't got that good of work history because I was too busy like messing around, you know, with the gangs and all that. So I don't have anything good to show them that. Like, so like here, they said I could put this down on my application, like volunteering. I volunteer here, and I do a lot of like odd jobs around here.
And he's helped community, and he's around and helping kids, and so it's not like he's sitting around not doing anything. The question is what's right to do when? And so the problem is that school always feels about self. If it's always about an individual doing better, I think it starts to lose meaning really fast. And if GED isn't framed in a way that it's hard for young people to hold, that if I get my GED and then I do this and then I do that, then I can contribute to community, when there's an elder standing in front of you asking you to do X, Y, or Z.
2 weeks ago, that was when I found out my little cousin Rachel got into a car accident and she died. My mom, she ended up getting drunk at the funeral, and she started acting stupid and made a big scene. It ended badly, like, the way everything went. The funeral was on Saturday. The next day on Sunday, me and my uncle, we took her to the Greyhound, got her on a bus, and he said he only had enough to pay for her ticket, so she had to leave my little brother Junior and my little sister Vania. So we kept my little sister Vania for a week, and my other little brother, he's here for the rest of August.
Hey Keisha, look.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
You're old.
Oh yeah.
Yes! This is J-Bug. I love this car. Brother, so glad you're here to spend it with me.
Oh, that's
Horrible.
I haven't seen you in so long. It feels good to see you again. I just want to be free and happy, like without using these drugs and, you know, alcohol, to be happy for a little bit of time, you know, and then when it's all gone, you're stuck with all them feelings still, and I don't want that. Being around people that love me and I love them, and just friends and just all that, you know. I didn't have it growing up. That's what I want. When I'm around it now, I'm like full of joy, I guess you could say. It just feels good to be around family and friends. My whole goal is just to get a job and go to school, get my life on track, just get an apartment, with extra room, and get my little brother out of the home he's in right now, because it's not a really good environment to be growing up in, because I grew up in the same thing, and I just want a better life for him and for me along the way too. I'm used to seeing skyscrapers and stuff, and I don't see none of that here. It's just all trees and this big river. And them little kids jumping off that bridge, but that's pretty cool. My biggest fear is just I don't make it, I don't succeed. I fail everybody. And I end up where my dad's at. I end up like how my mom and dad are.
We could have did better.
What's at stake is our own self-determination. Now, I don't know if that means that getting a GED or getting a high school diploma means that we've exercised our own rights to self-determination. But making these choices intentionally and from places that are not based in pain, past failures, any of the reasons that I think a lot of these choices end up being made means that people are making choices that are not driven by themselves. And so for me, what's deeply at stake is our own survivance and self-determination as a people. As long as we're making those choices and are consciously choosing the paths we're walking down, then maybe if people decided, you know what, I don't need a high school diploma to do the things that I want to do in the world, and they can make that choice from an informed place where they understand the systems, understand what it means to not have a good degree in this world, then okay, I'll support that choice.
I was going job searching one day, and I was walking around everywhere, and I got back towards the center. Again, my uncle, and he told me they were having a job fair over at Soldier Field. He told me to get over there, and at the time I didn't have no bus for it, so I was running around the Indian Center asking for money. I got over there, there's this big line. I got in there, and they had a list of jobs and stuff. And I just picked the warehouse, because that's what I do, unload things. And got in, I did the application, and they interviewed me that day. And yeah, I'm working right there, Soldier Field. Yeah, it's been a while since I had a legal paying job, I mean, I still want to go. I still want to get my GED. I still want to do some college classes and all that. I mean, that still hasn't changed. I still want to do that. I mean, just at the moment, I needed money to get around. I need to start pushing my own weight a little bit. And other than that, I want to finish up school real quick. Hopefully get a better job than this. I mean, eventually take my little brother from my mom and out and live with me. So. This is just the beginning for me.